poem's beautiful lover's gift. There's a looker on. There's a looker on who sits behind my eyes. Seems he has seen things in ages and world beyond memory's shore. And those forgotten sights glisten on the grass and shiver on the leaves. He has seen under new wells the face of the one beloved into light hours of many a nameless star. Therefore, his sky seems to ache with the pain of countless meetings and partings and a longing for weds. This spring breeze, the longing that is full of the whisper of ages without beginning. Maya. That I should make much of myself and turn it on all sides, thus casting colored shadows on that radiance, such as thy Maya. Thou sets a barrier in thine own being and then calls thy civet self in myriad notes. This thy self-separation has taken body in me. The poignant sound is echoed through all the sky in many colored tears and smiles, alarms and hopes. Waves rise up and sink again, dreams break and form. In me is thy own defeat of self. This screen that thou hast raised, it's painted with innumerable figures with the brush of the night and of the day. Behind it, thy seat is woven in wondrous mysteries of curves, casting away all barren lines of straightness. The great passion of thee and me has overspread the sky with the tune of thee and me. All in the air is vibrant, and all ages pass with the hiding and seeking of thee and me. Moment's indulgence. I ask for a moment's indulgence to sit by thy side. The works I have in hand I will finish afterwards. Away from the sight of the face, my heart knows no rest nor respite, and my work becomes an endless toil in a shoreless sea of a toil. Today the summer has come at my window with its sighs and murmurs, and the bees are plying their ministry at the court of the flowering grove. Now it is time to sit quiet face to face with thee, to sing dedication of life in this silent and overflowing leisure, my friend. Art thou abroad on this stormy night, on this journey of love, my friend? The sky groans like one in despair. I have not sleep tonight. Ever and again I open my door and look out on the darkness, my friend. I can see nothing before me. I wonder where lies thy path, by what dim shore of the ink black river, by what far reach of the frowning forest, through what mazy depth of the gloom art thou threading of thy course to come to me, my friend, my song. The song of mine will wind its music around you, my child, like the fond arms of love. The song of mine will touch your forehead like a kiss of a blessing. When you are alone, it will sit by your side and whisper in your ear. When you are in the crowd, it will face you about with aloofness. My song will be like a pair of wings to your dreams. It will transport your heart to the words of the unknown. It will be like the faithful star overhead when dark night is over your head. My song will sit in the pupils of your eyes and will carry your sight into the heart of things. And when my voice is silent, and that my song will speak, be in your living heart. O fool, try to carry thyself upon thy own shoulders. O beggar, to come beg at thy own door. Leave all thy burdens on his hands who can bear all and never look behind in regret. The desire at once puts out the light from the lamp it touches with his breath. It is unholy. Take not thy gifts through its unclean hands. Accept only what is offered on sacred love. Ocean of forms. I dive down into the depth of the ocean of forms, hoping to gain the perfect pearl of formlessness. No more sailing from harbor to harbor with this weather broken, beaten boat. The days are long past when my sport was to be tossed on waves, and now I am eager to die into the deathless, into the audience hall. By the fathomless abyss, yet dwells the music of the toneless strings. I shall take this harp of my life. I shall tune it to the notes of forever. And when it has sobbed out its last utterance, lay down on silent harp at the feet of the silent, old and young. Thou hast made me known to friends that I knew not. Thou hast given me the seats in the homes not my own. Thou hast brought the desires distant and near, and made a brother of a stranger. It is uneasy at heart that I have to leave my unaccustomed shelter. I forget that there abides the old in the new, and that there art thou abides. Through birth and death into this world and in others, wherever thou leads me, it is thou, the same, the one companion of my endless life, who ever links my heart with bonds of joy to the unfamiliar. When one knows thee, then Aline there is none, then no door is shut. O grant me, my prayer, that I may never lose the bliss of the touch of the one in the play of many on the seashore. On the seashore of endless worlds, children meet. The infinite sky is motionless overhead, and restless water is boisterous. On the seashore of endless worlds, the children meet with the shouts and dances. They build their houses with sand and they play with empty shells. With withered leaves, they weave their bows and smilingly float them on the vast, deep. Children have their play on the seashore of worlds. They know not how to swim, they know not how to cast nets. Pearl fishes dive for pearls, merchants sail in their ships. While children gather pebbles and scatter them again, they seek not for hidden treasure, nor they know not how to cast nets. The sea searches up with laughter, the pale gleams the smile of the sea beach, death dealing waves, sing meaningless ballads to the children, even like a mother while rocking her baby's cradle. The sea plays with children and pale gleams the smile of the sea beach. On the seashore of endless worlds, children meet. Tempest roams in the pathless sky. Ships are wrecked in the trackless water. Death is abroad and children play on the seashore of endless worlds. It's the great meeting of children, only they. That I want thee, only thee, let my heart repeat without end. All desires that distract me day and night are false and empty to the core. As the night keeps hidden in its gloom the petition for light, even thus in the depths of my unconsciousness rings the cry, I want thee, only thee. As the storm still seeks its end in peace, when it strikes against peace with all its might, even thus my rebellion strikes against thy love, and still its cry is, I want thee, only thee. Paper boats. Day by day I float my paper boats one by one down the running stream. I put black letters, I write my name on them and the name of the village where I live. I hope that someone in some strange land will find them and I know who I am. I load my little boats with shoe-like flowers from my garden and hope that these blooms of the dawn will be carried safely to the land in the night. I launch my paper boats and look up into the sky and I see the little clouds setting thee. White bulging cells, I know not what playmate of mine in the sky sends them down the air to rest with my boats. When night comes, I bury my face in my arms and dream that my paper boats float on and on under the midnight stars. The fairies who sleep are sailing in them and the landing ends their basket full of dreams. Wow, parting words. When I go from hence, let this be my parting word that what I have seen is unsurpassable. I have tasted of the hidden honey of this lotus that expands on the ocean of light, and thus I bless. Let this be my parting word. In this playhouse of infinite forms I have had my play, and here have I caught sight of him that is formless. My whole body and my limbs have thrilled with his touch who is beyond touch, and if the end comes here, let it come. Let this be my parting word. Passing please. Yes, I know, this is nothing but that love, oh beloved of my heart. This golden light, the dances that leaves these idle clouds sailing across the sky, this passing breeze leaving its coolness upon my forehead. The morning light has flooded my eyes. This is my message to my heart. Thy face is bent from above the eyes. Look down on my eyes, and my heart has touched thy feet, playthings. Child, how happy you are sitting in the dust, playing with a broken twig all the morning. I smile at the play with a little bit of the broken twig. I am busy with my accounts, adding up figures by the hour. Perhaps you glance at me and think, what a stupid game to spoil your morning bed. Child, I have forgotten the art of being absorbed in sticks and mud pies. I seek out costly playthings and gather lumps of gold and silver. With whatever you find, you create your glad games. I spend both my time and my strength over the things I can never obtain. In my frail canoe, I struggle to cross the sea of desire and forget that I too am playing a game. Purity. Life of my life, I shall ever try to keep my body pure, knowing that thy living touches upon all my limbs. I shall ever try to keep all untruths out from my thoughts, knowing that thou art the truth that has kindled the light of reason of my mind. I shall ever try to drive all evil away from my heart and keep my love in flower, knowing that thou hast thy seat in the inmost shrine of my heart, and it shall be my endeavor to reveal thee in my actions, knowing it is thy power gives me strength to act, roaming cloud. I am like a rampant of a cloud of autumn, uselessly roaming in the sky. Oh, my sun, ever glorious, thy touch has not yet melted my breath, but making me one with thy light. And thus I count months and years separated from thee. If this be thy wish, and if these be thy play, then take this fleeting emptiness of mine, painted with colours, glittered with gold, floated on the wanton wind, and spread it in varied wonders. And again, when it shall be thy wish to end this play at night, I shall melt and vanish away in the dark, or it may be in a smile of the white morning, in the coolness of purity transparent. Sailed away. Early in the day it was whispered that we should sail in the boat, only thou and I, and never in the soul in the world would know of this our pilgrimage to no country and to no end. In that shoreless ocean, as thy silently listening smile, my songs would swell in melodies free as waves, free from all bondage of verse. Is this time not come yet? Are there still works to do? Lo, the evening has come down upon the shore, and in the fading light the seabirds come flying to their nests. Who knows when the tents will be off, and the boat, like the last glimmer of sunset, vanish into the night seashore. On the seashore of endless worlds children meet. The infinite sky is motionless overhead, and the restless water is boisterous. On the seashore of endless worlds, the children meet with shouts and dances. They build their houses with sand, and they play with empty shells. With withered leaves they weave their boats, and smilingly float them on the vast deep. Children have their play on the seashore of the worlds. They know not how to swim, they know not how to cast nets. Pearl fishers dive for pearls, merchants sell in their ships. While children gather pebbles and scatter them again, they seek not their hidden treasure, they know not how to cast nets. The sea surges up with laughter, and pale gleams the smile of the sea beach. Death-dealing waves sing meaningless ballads to the children, even like a mother while rocking her baby's cradle. The sea plays with children, and pale gleams the smile of sea beach. On the seashore of endless worlds children meet. Tempest roams in the pathless sky, ships get wrecked in the trackless water. Death is abroad, and children play on the seashores of endless worlds in the great meeting of children senses. Deliverance is not for me in renunciation. I feel the embrace of freedom in 1,000 bonds of delight. Though ever pours for me in the fresh draught of the wine of various colors and fragrance, filling this earthen vessel to the brim. My world will light its 100 different lamps with thy flame, and place them before the altar of thy temple. No, I will never shut the doors of my senses, and delight of sight and hearing and touch will bear that delight. Yes, all my illusions will burn into illumination of joy, and all my desires ripen into fruits of love. She who ever ran in the depths of my being in the twilight of gleams and glimpses, she who never opened her veil in the morning light, will be my last gift to thee, my God, folded in the final song. Words have moved, yet failed to win. Her persuasion has stretched to her its eager arms in vain. I have roamed from country to country, keeping her in the core of my heart, and around her has risen and fallen the growth and decay of my life. Over my thoughts and actions, my slumbers and dreams, she reigned, yet dwelt alone and apart. Many a man knocked at my door and asked for her, and turned away in despair. There was none in the world who ever saw her face to face, and she remained in her loneliness, waiting for thy recognition, signet of eternity. The day was when I did not keep myself in readiness for thee, and entering my heart unbidden, even as one of the common crowd, and known to me, my king, thou dispraised the signet of eternity upon many a fleeting moment of my life. And today, when perchance I light upon them and see their signature, I find that they lay scattered in the dust, mixed with the memory of the joys and sorrows of my trivial days forgotten. Thou didst not turn in contempt from my childish play among dust, and the steps that I heard in my playroom are the same that I echoing from star to star, silent steps. Have you not heard his silence? He comes, ever comes. Every moment, every age, every day, every night, he comes, ever comes. Many a song have I sung in many a mood of mine, but all their notes have always proclaimed he comes, ever comes. In the fragrant days of the sunny April, through the forest path, he comes, ever comes. In the rainy gloom of July nights, on the unthundering chariots of clouds, he comes, ever comes. In sorrow after sorrow, it is his steps that press upon my heart, and it is the golden touch of his feet that makes my joy to shine. Sit smiling. I boasted among men that I had known you. They see your pictures in all works of mine. They come and ask me, who is he? I know not how to answer them. I said, indeed, I cannot tell. They blame me and then go away in scorn, and you sit there smiling. I put my tales of you into lasting songs. The secret gushes out from my heart. They come and ask me, tell me all your meanings. I know not how to answer them. Oh, who knows what they mean. They smile and go away in utter scorn, and you sit there smiling, song unsung. The song that I came to sing remains unsung to this day. I will spend my days in stringing and unstringing my instrument. The time has come true. The words have not been rightly said, only there is agony of wishing in my heart. The blossom has not opened, only the wind is sighing by. I have not seen his face, nor have I listened to his voice, only I have heard his gentle footsteps from the road before my house. The livelong day has passed in spreading his seat on the floor, but the lamp has not been lit, and I cannot ask him into my house. I live in the hope of meeting with him, but his meeting is not yet, still hard. When I give up the hymn, I know that the time has come for thee to take it. What there is to do will be instantly done. Vain is this struggle. Then take away your hands and silently put up with your defeat my heart, and think it is your good fortune to sit perfectly still where you are blessed. These my lamps are blown out at every little puff of wind, and trying to light them, I forget all else again and again. But I shall be wise as salmon writ in the dark, spreading my mat on the floor, and whenever it is thy pleasure, my heart, Lord, come silently and take the seat here, stream of life. The same stream of life that runs through my veins night and day runs through the world and dances in rhythmic measures. It is the same life that shoots in joy through the dust of the earth in numberless blades of grass and breaks into numerous waves of leaves and flowers. It is the same life that is rocked in the ocean cradle of birth and death and ebb and in flow. I feel my limbs are made glorious by the touch of this world of life, and my pride is from the left throb of ages dancing in my blood this moment. Strong mercy. My desires are many and my cries pitiful, but ever this door save me by heart refusals, and this strong mercy have been wrought into my life through and through. Day by day art making me worthy of the simple great gifts that thou givest to me and ours, the sky and the life in this body and the life in the mind, saving me from perils of overmuch desire. There are times when I languidly linger, and times when I awaken in a hurry in search of my goal. But clearly thou hidest thyself from before me. Day by day thou art making me worthy of thy full acceptance by refusing me ever and anon, saving me from perils of weak and uncertain desires. Superior. Mother, your baby is silly. She's so absolutely childish. She does not know the difference between the lights of the street and the stars. When we play at eating with babies, she thinks they are real food and tries to put them into her mouth. When I open her book before her and ask her to learn the ABC, she tears the leaves with her hands and rolls for joy at nothing. This is your baby's way of doing her lesson. When I shake my hand at her in anger and scold her and call her naughty, she laughs and thinks it's great fun. Everybody knows that father is away, but if in play I call aloud father, she looks about in her excitement and thinks that father is near. When I hold my class with the donkey that our washerman brings to carry up with the clothes and warn her that I am the schoolmaster, she will scream for no reason and call me Dada. Your baby wants to catch the moon. She's so funny. She calls Ganesh Ganush. Mother, your baby is silly. She's so absolutely childish. Absolutely childish. Astronomer, I only said when in the evening the round full moon gets entangled among the beeches of that datum tree. Couldn't somebody catch it? But Dada laughed at me and said, baby, you're the silliest child I've ever known. The moon is ever so far from us. How could anybody catch it? I said, Dada, how foolish you are. When mother looks out of a window and smiles down at us playing, would you call her far away? Still, Dada said, you're a stupid child. But baby, where could you find a net big enough to catch the moon with? I said, surely you could catch it with your hands. But Dada laughed and said, you're the silliest child I have known. If it came nearer, you will see how big the moon is. I said, Dada, what nonsense they teach at your school. When mother bends her face down to kiss us, does her face look very big? But still Dada says, you're a stupid child. The banyan tree. Oh, you shaggy-headed banyan tree standing on the bank of the pond, have you forgotten the little chilly lit like the birds that have nested in the branches and left you? Do you not remember how he sat at the window and wondered at the tangle of the roots and plunged underground? The woman would come to fill the jars in the pound, and your huge black shadow would wriggle on the water like sleep struggling to wake up. The sunlight danced on the ripples like restless tiny shuttles weaving golden tapestry. Two ducks swam by the weedy margin about the shadow, and the child would sit still and think. He longed to be the wind that blow through your resting branches, to be your shadow and lengthen the day on the water, to be a bird and perch on your topmost twig, and to float like those ducks among the recent shadows. The beginning. Where have I come from? Where did you pick me up? The baby asked his mother. She answered, half crying, half laughing, clasping the baby to her breast. You were hidden in my heart as its desire, my darling. You were in the dolls of my childhood games. When with the clay I made the image of God. Every morning I made and unmade you then. You were enshrined with our household deity. In his worship I worshipped you. In all my hopes and my loves, in my life, in the life of my mother you have lived. In the lap of the deathless spirit who rules our home you have been nursed for ages. When in girlhood my heart was opening its petals, you hovered as a fragrance about it. Your tender softness bloomed in my youthful limbs like a glow in the sky before the sunrise. Heaven's first darling twin born in the morning light. You have floated from the streams of the world's life, and at last you have stranded on my heart. As I gaze on your face, mystery and overwhelms me, and who belong to you all have become mine. For fear of losing you, I hold you tight to my breast. What magic has snared the world's treasure in these slender arms of mine? Peace, my heart. Peace, my heart. Let the time for the parting be sweet. Let it not be a death but completeness. Let love melt into memory and pain into songs. Let the flight through the sky and the folding of the wings over the nest. Let the last touch of your hands in gentle like the flower of the night. Stand still, O beautiful, and for a moment and say your last words in silence. I bow to you and hold up my lamp to light you on your way in the boat. I must launch at my boat. The languid hours pass on by on the shore, alas for me. The spring has done its flowering and taken leave, and now, with the burden of faded futile flowers, I wait and linger. The waves have become clamorous, and upon the bank in the shady lane the yellow leaves flutter and fall. What emptiness do you gaze upon? Do you not feel a thrill passing through the air with the notes of the faraway song floating from the other shore, the champa flower? Supposing I became a champa flower just for fun and grew on a branch high up on the tree and shook in the wind with laughter and danced upon newly budded leaves, would you know me, mother? You would call, baby, where are you? And I should laugh to myself and keep quiet. I should slide openly my petals and watch you at your work. When after your bath and wet hair spread over your shoulders, you walk through the shadow of the champa tree to the little court where you say your prayers, you should notice the scent of the flowers, but not know that it came from me. When after the midday meals you sat under the window reading Ramayana and the tree's shadow fell over your hair and your lap, I should fling my wee little shadow on the page of your book, just where you were reading. But would you guess that it was the tiny shadow of your little child? When in the evening you went to the court street with a lighted lamp in your hand, I should certainly drop onto the earth again to buy your own baby once more and beg you to tell me a story. Where have you been, you naughty child? I won't tell you, mother. That's what you and I would say then, the child angel. They clamor and fight it out in despair. They know no end to their rankling. Let your life come amongst them like a flame of light, my child, unflickering and pure, and it light them into silence. They are cruel in their greed and their envy. Their words are like hidden knives thirsting for blood. Go and stand amidst their scowling hearts, my child, and let your gentle eyes fall upon them like the forgiving peace of the evening over the strife of the day. Let them see your face, my child, and thus know the meaning of all things. Let them love you and thus love each other. Come and take your seat in the bosom of the limitless, my child. At sunrise, open and raise your heart like a blossoming flower, and at sunset, bend your head and in silence complete the worship of the king day. The first jasmines are these jasmines, these white jasmines. I seem to remember the first day when I filled my hands with these jasmines, these white jasmines. I've loved the sunlight, the sky, the green earth. I've heard the liquid murmur of the river through the darkness of midnight. Autumn sunsets have come to me at the bend of the road in the lonely west, like a bridle, racing her wheel to a sceptred lover. Yet my memory is still sweet with the first white jasmine that I held my hands when I was a child. Many a glad day has come in my life, and I've laughed with merrymakers on festival nights, on grey mornings of rain. I have crooned many an idle song. I have worn round my neck the evening wreath of the bakulas woven by the hand of love. Yet my heart is sweet with the memory of the first fresh jasmine that filled my hands when I was a child. The flower school. Windstorm clouds rumble in the sky and June showers come down. The moist wood comes marching over the head of its blow, its bagpiping among the bamboos. Then crowds of flowers come out of sudden from nobody knows where and dance upon the grass with wild glee. Mother, I really think the flowers go to school at the ground. They do their homework with doors shut, and if they want to come out to play before it is time, their master makes them stand in a corner. When the rain comes, they have their holidays branches clash together in the forest, and the leaves rustle in the wild wind. The thunderclouds clap their joining hands, and the flower children rush out in dresses of pink and gentlemen white. Do you know, Mother? Their home is in the sky. They are the stars where the stars are. Haven't you? See how eager they are to get there. Don't you know why they are in such a hurry? Of course I can guess to whom they rest their arms. They have their mother as I have my own, the further bank. I long to go over there to the further bank of the river. There where boats are tied to the bamboo poles in a line, where men cross over in the boats in the morning and the plows of their shoulders to till their faraway fields, where the cowherds make their lowing cattle swim across to the riverside pasture, whence they come all back home in the evening, leaving the jackals to a hall in the island overgrown with weeds. Mother, if you don't mind, I should like to become a boatman of the ferry when I am grown up. They say there are strange pools hidden behind the high bank, where flocks of wild ducks come when the rains are over, and the trick reed grow round the margins where water birds lay their eggs, where snipes with their dancing tails stamp their tiny footprints upon the clean, soft mud, where in the evening the tall grass is crested with white flowers, and white the moonbeam to float upon their waves. Mother, if you don't mind, I should like to become the boatman of the ferry boat when I'm grown up. I shall cross and cross back from bank to bank, and with all the boys and the girls of the village will wonder at me while they are bathing. When the sun climbs the mid-sky and morning wear onto the noon, I shall come running to you saying, Mother, I'm hungry. When the day is done and the shadows cover under the trees, I shall come back in the dust. I shall never go away from you into the town to work like father. Mother, if you don't mind, I should like to become a boatman of the ferry boat when I'm grown up. Ah, me. Ah, me, why did they build my house by the road to the market town? They moored their leaden boats near my trees. They come and go and wander at their will. I sit and watch them, my time wears on. Turn them away I cannot, and thus my days pass by. Night and day their steps sound by my door. Vainly I cry, I do not know you. Some of them are known to my fingers, some to my nostrils. My blood in my veins seems to know them, and some are known to my dreams. Turn them away I cannot. I call them and say, come to my house, whoever chooses. Yes, come. In the morning the bell rings in the temple. They come with their baskets in their hands. Their feet are rosy red. The early light of dawn is on their faces. Turn them away I cannot. I call them and I say, come to my garden to gather flowers. Come hither. In the midday the god sounds at the palace gate. I know not why they leave their work and linger near the hedge. The flowers in their hair are pale and faded. Their notes are liquid in their flutes. Turn them away I cannot. I call them and say, the shade is cool under the trees, my friends. At night the cricket chirps in the wood. Who is it that comes slowly to my door and gently knocks? I vaguely see the face, not a word is spoken, as stillness of the skies all around. Turn away, my silent guest, I cannot. I look at the face through the dark, the hours of the dream pass by when I go alone at night. When I go alone at night to my loved twice, birds do not sing, the wind does not stir, the houses on both sides of the street stand silent. It is of my own ankles that grow loud at every step, and I am ashamed when I sit upon my balcony and listen for his footsteps. Leaves do not rustle on the trees, and the water is still in the river like the sword on the knees of the sentry fallen asleep. It is my own heart that beats wildly. I do not know how to quiet it. When my love comes and sits by my side, when the body trembles and my eyelids droop, the night darkens, the wind blows out, the lamp and the clouds draw wheels over the stars. It is the jewel at my own breast that shines and gives light. I do not know how to hide it. O woman, O woman, you are not merely the handiwork of God, but also man, these are ever endowing you with beauty from their hearts. Poets are weaving for you a web with threads of golden imagery. Painters are giving to your form ever new immortality. The sea gives its pearls and mines their gold. The silver gardens, summer gardens, their flowers to deck you, to cover you, to make you more precious. The desire of man's heart has shed its glory over your youth. You are one half woman and one half dream. It was midday. It was midday when you went away. The sun was strong in the sky. I had done my work and sat alone on my balcony when you went away. Fitful gusts were winnowing through the smells of my distant fields. The doves cooed tireless in the shed, and the bees stayed in my room humming the news of many distant fields. The village slept in the noonday heat. The road was deserted. Its sudden fits of the rustling of the leaves rose and died. I gazed at the sky and wove in the blue letter of the name I had known while the village slept in the noonday heat. I had forgotten to braid my hair. The languid breeze played with it noon upon my cheek. The river ran unruffled under the shady bank. The lazy white clouds did not move. I had forgotten to braid my hair. It was midday when you went away. The dust of the road was not, and the fields panting. The doves cooed among the dense leaves. I am alone in my balcony when you went away. It was midday. I spent my day on the scorching hot dust of the road. Now in the cool of the evening, I knock at the door of the inn. It is deserted and in ruins. A grim ashen tree spreads hungry, clutching roots through the gaping fissures of the wall. Days have been when wayfarers came here to wash their very feet. They spread their mats in the courtyard in the dim light of the early moon and sat and talked of strange lands. They woke refreshed in the morning when birds made their land, and friendly flowers nodded their heads at them from the bayside, but no lighted lamp awaited me when I came here. The black smudges of smoke left by many a forgotten evening lamp stared like blind eyes from the wall. Fireflies flit in the bush near the dried up pond, and the bamboo branches fling their shadows on the grass growth path. I am the guest of no one at the end of my day. The long night is before me, and I am tired. I hunt for the golden stag. You may smile, my friends, but I pursue the vision, and that eludes me. I cross across hills and dells and wander through nameless lands because I'm hunting for the golden stag. You come and buy in the market, go back to your homes laden with goods, but the spell of the homeless winds has touched me. I know not when and where. I have no care in my heart. All my belongings I have left far behind me. I run across hills and dells. I wander through nameless lands because I'm hunting for the golden stag. None lives forever, brother. None lives forever, brother. Nothing lasts for long. Keep that in mind and rejoice. Our life is not one old burden. Our path is not one old long journey. One soul poet has not to sing one its song. The flower fades and dies, but he who hears the flower has not to mourn for it forever. Brother, keep that in mind and rejoice. There must come a full pause to weave perfection into music, like groups toward a sunset to be drawn in the golden shadows. Love must be called from its play to drink sorrow and be born to the heaven of tears. Brother, keep that in mind and rejoice. Who has to gather our flowers lest they are blunted by the passing wind? It quickens our blood and brightens our eyes to snatch kisses that would vanish if we delayed. Our life is eager, our desires are keen, our time toys the bell of parting. Brother, keep that in mind and rejoice. There's not time for us to clasp a thing and crush it and fling it away to the dust. The hours trip rapidly away, hiding their dreams in their scuds. Our life is short, its yield It yields but a few days for love, what it for work and drudgery. It would be endlessly wrong. Brother, keep that in mind and rejoice. Beauty is sweet to us because she dances to the same fleeting tune of our lives. Knowledge is precious to us because we shall never have time to complete it. All is done and finished in the eternal heaven, but earth's flowers of illusion are kept eternally fresh by death. Brother, keep that in mind and rejoice at midnight. At midnight, the would-be ascetic as nouns. This is the time to give up my home and seek for God, who has held me so long in delusion here. God whispered, but the ears of the man were stopped when the baby asleep at her breast lay his wife peacefully sleeping on the side of the bed. The man said, who are ye that have fooled me so long? The voice said again, they are God. But he heard it not. The baby cried out in its dream, nestling close to his mother. God commanded, stop, fool, leave not thy home. And still he heard. Now God sighed and complained, why does my servant wander to seek me, forsaking me? The fair was on. The fair was on before the temple. It had rained from the early morning, and the day came to its end, brighter. Then all the gladness of the crowd was the bright smile of the girl that brought for a farthing a whistle of palm leaf. The shrill joy of that whistle floated above all laughter and noise. An endless throng of people came and jostled together. The road was muddy, the river in flood, the field under water and ceaseless rain. Greater than all the troubles of the crowd was a little boy's trouble. He had not a farthing to buy a painted stick. His wishful eyes, gazing at the shop, made this whole meeting of men so pitiful. Why do you whisper so faintly? Why do you whisper so faintly in my ears, O death, my dad? When the flower droop in the evening and the cattle come back to their stalls, you stealthily have come to my side and speak words that I do not understand. Is this how you must woo and wend me, with the opiate of the drowsy murmur and cold kisses, O death, my dad? Will there be no proud ceremony for our wedding? Will you not tie up with a red your tawny coiled locks? Is there none to carry your banner before you, and you will not be night be on fire with your red torch lies, O death, my dad? Come with your conch shells sounding, come in the sleepless nights, dress me in the crimson mantle, grasp my hand and take me, let your chariot be ready for my door, with your horses neighing impatiently, raise my wheel and look at my face proudly, O death, my death. She dwelt on the hillside. She dwelt on the hillside by edge of the maize field, near the spring that flows in laughing rills through the solemn shadows of ancient trees. The women came there to fill the jars, and the travelers would sit there to rest and talk. She worked and dreamed daily of the tune of the bubbling stream. One evening the stranger came down from the cloud, head and beak. His locks were tangled like drowsy snakes. We asked in wonder, who are you? He answered not, but sat by the garrulous stream and silently gazed at the hut where she dwelt. Our hearts quaked in fear, and we came back home when it was night. Next morning, when the woman came to fetch the water at the spring by the dead trees, they found the doors open in her hand, but her voice was gone, and where was her smiling face? The empty jar lay on the floor, and her lamp had burned itself out in the corner. No one knew where she had fled to before it was morning, and the stranger had gone. In the month of May, the sun grew strong and the snow melted, and we sat by the spring, and we wondered in our mind, is there a spring in the land where she has gone, and where she can fill her vessel in those hot, thirsty days? And we asked each other in dismay, is there a land beyond these hills where we live? It was a summer night. The breeze blew from the south. We sat in the deserted room where the lamp I stood still unlit. Then, when suddenly from before my eyes the hills vanished like a curtain drawn aside. It is she who comes. How are you, my child? Are you happy? But where can you shelter under the open sky? And alas, the spring is not here to allay your thirst. Here in the same sky, she said, only free from the fencing hills. This is the same stream grown into the river, and same earth widened into a plain. Everything is here, I sighed, only we are not. She smiled sadly and said, you are in my heart. I woke and heard the babbling of the stream and the rustling of the deodars at night over the ocean green. Over the green and yellow rice fields sweep the shadows of the autumn clouds, followed by the swift chasing sun. The bees forget to sit their honey. The drunk in with light. They foolishly hover and hum. The ducks in the island of the river clamor enjoyment for mere nothing. Let none go back home, brother, this morning. Let none go to work. Let us take the blue sky by storm and plunder spaces we run. Laughter flows in the air like foam on the flood. Brother, let us squander our morning and futile songs. Let your work be right, bride. Let your work be bright. Listen, the guest has come. Do you hear? He's gently shaking the chain which fastens the door. See that your anklets make no sound noise, and that your step is not overheard at meeting him. Let your work be bright. The guest has come in the evening. No, it is not the ghostly wind. Bride, do not be frightened. It is the full moon of the night of April. Shadows are pale in the courtyard, and the sky overhead is bright. Draw your veil over your face if you must. Carry the lamp to the door if you fear. No, it is not the ghostly wind. Bride, do not be frightened. Have no word with him if you are shy. Stand aside by the door when you meet him. If he asks you the question, and if you wish to, you can lower your eyes in silence. Do not let your breathless jingle when lamp in hand you lead him in. Have no words with him if you are shy. Have you not finished your work yet, bride? Listen, the guest has come. Have you not lit the lamp in the crowd? Cautioning, have you not been got ready the offering basket or for the evening service? Have you not put the red lucky mark at the parting of your head and done your toilet for the night, O bride? Do you hear? The guest has come. Let your work be. I asked nothing. I asked nothing, only stood at the edge of the wood behind the tree. Languor was still upon my eyes of the dawn and dew the air. Dew in the air, the lazy smell of the damp grass hung in the thin mist about the earth. Under the banyan tree you were milking the cow with your hands, tender and fresh as butter. I was standing still. I did not say a word. It was the bird that sang unseen from the thicket. The mango tree was shedding its flower with upon the village road, and the bees came humming one by one. On the side of the pond, the gate of the Shiva's temple was open, and the worshipper had begun his chants. With a vessel on your lap, you were milking the cow. I stood with my empty can. I did not come near you. The sky woke up to the song of the gong at the temple. The dust was raising the road from the hoofs of the driven cattle with a gurgling pitchers at their hips. Women came over the river, from the river. Your bracelets were jingling and the foam bringing over the jaw. The morning wore on, and I did not come near you. Vaheguru, I was walking on by the road. I was walking by the road, I do not know why, when the noonday was past and the bamboo branches rested in the wind. The prone shadows with their outstretched arms clung to the feet of the hurrying lion. The quail was weary of their songs. I was walking by the road, I do not know why. The hut by the side of the water is shaded by an overhanging tree. Someone was busy. Someone was busy with her work, and her backers made music in the corner. I stood before that hut, I know not why. The narrow, winding road crosses many a mustard field and many a mango forest. It passes by the temple of the village and the market or the river landing place. I stopped at this hut, I do not know why. Years ago, it was a day of breezy March when the murmur of the spring was languorous and the mango blossoms were dropping in the dust. The rippling water leapt and licked the brass vessel that stood on the landing step. I think of that day of breezy March, I do not know why. Shadows are deepening and cattle returning to their folds. The light is grey upon the lonely meadows, and the villagers are waiting for the ferry at the bank. I slowly return upon my steps, I do not know why. You walk by the riverside path with a full pitcher upon your hip. Why did you swiftly turn your face and peep at me through your fluttering veil? That gleaming look from the dark came upon me like a breeze that sends the shiver through the rippling waters and sweeps away the shadowy shore. It came to me like the bird of the evening that hurriedly fills across the lapless room from the one open window to the other and disappears in the night. You are hidden as a star behind the hills, and I am a passerby upon the road. But why did you stop for a moment and glance at my face through your veil while you walked by the riverside path with a full pitcher upon your hip? An unbelieving smile. An unbelieving smile that flits on your eyes when I come to you to take my leave. I have done it so often that you think I will soon return. To tell you the truth, I have the same doubt in my mind. For the spring days come again, time after time. The full moon takes leaves and comes on another visit. The flower come again and blush upon their branches year after year, and it is likely that I can take my leave only to come to you again. But keep the illusion a while. Do not send it away with ungentle haste. When I say I leave you for all time, accept it as true and let a mist of tears for one moment dip in the dark rim of your eyes. Then smile as archly as you like when I come again. Oh, mad, superbly drunk. Oh, mad, superbly drunk. If you kick open your doors and play the fool in public, if you empty your bag at night and snap your fingers at prudence, if you walk and curious past and play with useless things, wreck not rhyme or reason, if unfurling yourselves before the storm you snap the rudder in two, then I will follow you, comrade, and be drunken and go to the dogs. I have wasted my days and nights in the company of these steady wise neighbors. Much knowing has turned my hair grey, and much watching has made my like them. For years I have gathered and heaped up scraps and fragments of things, crushed them and danced upon them, and scattered them all to the winds. For I know it is the height of the wisdom to be drunken and go to the dogs. Late my crooked scribbles vanish, late my hopelessly lose my way in the gust of the wild giddiness. Come and sweep me away from my anchors. The world is peopled with worthies and workers, useful and clever. There are men who are easily first and men who come decently after. Let them be happy and prosper, and let them be foolishly futile. For I know it is the end of all works to be drunken and go to the dogs. I swear to surrender this moment all claims to the ranks of the decent. I let go of my pride of reading and judgment. Learning and judgment of right and wrong is shatter memory's vessel, scattering the last drop of tears. With the foam of the very red wine, I will bat and brighten my laughter. The badge of the civil and staid, I'll tear into the shreds of the nouns. For the nouns, I'll take the only vow to be worthless, to be drunken and go to the dogs. No, my friends. No, my friends, I should never be an ascetic, whatever you may say. I should never be an ascetic. If she does not know, take the vow with me. It is my firm resolve that if I cannot find the shady shelter and a companion for my penance, I shall never turn ascetic. No, my friends, I shall never leave my earthen home and retire into the forest solitude. If brings no merry laughter in the echoing shed, and if the end of no saffron mantle flutters in the wind, if its silence is not deepened by soft whispers, I shall never be an ascetic. River, sir, forgive. River, sir, forgive this pair of sinners. Spring winds today are blowing in the wild, Hades driving dust and dead leaves away, and with them your lessons are all lost. Do not say, Father, this life is a vanity. For we have made truce with death for once, and only for a few fragrant hours we too have been made immortal. Even if the king's army came and fiercely fell upon us, we should sadly shake our heads and say, brothers, you are disturbing us. If you must have this noisy game, go and clutch your arms elsewhere, since only for a few fleeting moments we have been made immortal. If friendly people came and flocked around us, we would humbly bow to them and say, this extravagant good fortune is an embarrassment to us. Roman scars in this infinite sky where we dwell. For in the springtime flowers comes in crowds, and the busy wings of the bees jostle each other. Our little heaven where dwell only we two immortal is too absurdly narrow. To the guest that must go bid Godspeed and brush away all traces of their steps. Take to your bosom with a smile what is easy and simple and dear. Today is a festival of phantoms that know not when they die. Let your laughter be but a meaningless mirth, like twinkles of light on the ripples. Let your life lightly dance on the edges of time like dew on the tip of the leaf. Strike and cause from your harp fitfully momentary rhythms. Aha! You left me, and when you're on your way, I thought I should mourn for you and set your solitary image in my heart's wrought in the golden song. But are my evil fortune vanished short? Vaheguru.